Hi, grade 12. The first myth, the first story, how the world was made. Let's go through it. Building background. How the world was made is a creation myth. We have two types, creation and origin. This is what we talked about when I introduced mythology. So here, this is a creation myth. It was told by the nation of Cherokee Indians. These Native American, they're Indians. That myth explains how the world began. This is their theory, their explanation. Like many of the tribe's myths, we are able to read them today thanks to James Mooney. This is the one who wrote them. A Smithsonian Institution anthropologist who lived with the tribe between 1887 and 1890. After gaining their trust, he collected tribe members' first-hand accounts of their rituals and stories from the culture and the stories they were telling. The literary elements, we have oral literature, creation myth, and archetype. We discussed them before, and again, through the questions, we'll discuss them again. What does Walter Beetle's role in the story reveal about the Cherokees' relationship with animals? We learned that they think that there was a place in the sky, Gallilanti, as we said before, and there was no enough space for the animals. So the water beetle, she initiated or started to get the mud from underwater and form the land. Then man and woman ruled the land. So what do you think? Why in special they use the animals in their stories? Do they respect the animals? Yes. The water beetle in the story plays a crucial role, very important, in the creation of Earth, which shows the importance of animals in the Cherokee culture. These people, they appreciated animals, they respected them very much. According to the myth, without animals, the world in which the Cherokee live now would not exist. This is according to their theory. Archetype. What traits does the great buzzard share with characters you know from other stories? Here in our story, we have the great buzzard as an archetype. What did he do, that great buzzard? He was flapping wings to create mountains and valleys. He had very huge wings. And with those wings, he started to flap, which created the mountains and valleys because he has great strength. That he's called back implies he doesn't know his own strength. And of course, characters from other stories will vary. Like in our story here about Earth creation or about how the world was made, the great buzzard is an archetype. In other stories, we have, as we said, coyote might be different, using some magic, the fox. So it's different from a story to another. What do you conclude is the reason that the Cherokee don't eat crawfish? They don't eat it. Why? Since the shell of the red crawfish is a bright red, the Cherokee believe that the sun scorched it. It means heated, burned it, therefore spoiling its meat. This is their own belief. They think crawfish is not good to be eaten. Why? Because they think that the sun scorched it, heated very much, so the meat inside is not good to be eaten. According to the Cherokee, why are animals such as owls and panthers nocturnal? Nocturnal means they're active at night. Why? What happened? These and other animals are nocturnal because they were able to remain awake and keep watch for 7 nights. The other animals couldn't remain awake for the entire duration. They think and they explain that the world around them was created in 7 days, and that certain animals they've been awake for that long duration, but the others they couldn't. That's why for them owls and panthers are nocturnal. It means active at night. What do the Cherokee believe is the reason many trees lose their leaves in winter? What kind of explanation do they have? Except for the cedar, pine, spruce, holly, and laurel, most trees could not remain awake for 7 straight nights. They believe that while everything was created, some animals they stayed awake, and some of the trees they stayed awake for the 7 nights. But the rest they couldn't. So those rest who couldn't, all their leaves are falling down in winter. This is again their own theory. What is the little water beetle's role in the creation of Earth? What does this tell you about Cherokee reverence for all creatures? Reverence, it means respect. Again, we said, if you remember when we talked about this, we said that the water beetle was the one who started bringing up soft mud to make what or that grows into earth. She's the one who initiated that to get the mud from down under the water and bringing up so the land was created. And of course, this tells us that the Cherokee, they respect all creatures. What do the conjurers do? Who do you think the conjurers are? Explain. They have in their story that they talked about the conjurers. They're doing what? They say the conjurers move the sun up. And for them, it seems to be the magician who control nature, because the sun goes up, then it goes down, which make the morning and night. So who is moving the sun? They think the conjurers. It's magic. We see that the animals and plants that were able to keep awake for 7 nights were rewarded with special characteristics. What moral lesson might the Cherokee have been trying to teach through these animals and plants? The moral they may have been trying to teach is that vigilance and perseverance are rewarded. This is a very good lesson. Moral, it means something to be taught, something good, a value. What did they want to teach us from that story or the other generations? They want to say that vigilance, to be vigilant, to be awake and taking responsibility and have the sense of duty and perseverance to insist on keeping or on doing something till the end is always, always rewarded. What does the narrator say when Cherokee tradition has no answer or explanation for an occurrence, for something that happened? When there is no answer or explanation for an occurrence, the Cherokee say, no one remembers, or we do not know. And this is good, that when you don't know something, you have to say it. We do not know. For the Cherokee, are humans more important than plants or animals, or equal to them? Humans are equal to plants and animals. The Cherokee believe that animals had a major role in creating Earth. This is according to their beliefs. Another archetype found in many myths and folk tales is a daunting challenge or test that only heroic characters can overcome. How does this archetype appear in this myth? Do we have something like this? Yes. We have that 7 night vigil that is overcome by certain animals and trees. 7 straight nights, they had to be awake. Not all the animals and plants, they could do it, but the majority. So those were rewarded at the end. Why do you think the Cherokee people explain natural phenomena in story form, like Earth creation in a story? They explain everything in story form because narrative stories are memorable. It means we cannot forget them. They're easy to be remembered and easy to be passed down. What do their explanations suggest about their relationship with nature? Again, they feel close to nature, they respect nature, they appreciate the nature. That's it. And for the next video, we're going to discuss the questions and the analysis of the sky tree, the second myth. Thank you.